NASA scientists were left stunned this week after satellite data revealed the sudden emergence of a new landmass in the central Pacific Ocean, an island that wasn't there just days ago. They're calling it Prow Knob Island, and according to initial findings, it defies everything we currently know about geology, plate tectonics, and planetary processes. At first, analysts thought the imagery was a data glitch. Satellites occasionally misread cloud patterns or ocean reflections. But when multiple observation satellites confirmed the same coordinates and when a shadow consistent with a solid structure appeared, NASA realized they were witnessing something unprecedented. The island's coordinates place it roughly 1,200 miles northwest of Tahiti, in an area of the ocean floor that was thoroughly mapped in the past decade. That region had been known for centuries as geologically inactive, no volcanic vents, no continental shelf movements, nothing. This shouldn't exist, said Dr. Lina Marquez, a planetary geologist at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory. We're not looking at volcanic activity. We're not seeing sediment buildup. This is something entirely different. It's as if the Earth just pushed up something it was hiding. NASA's Oceanic Reconnaissance Division immediately dispatched research drones to capture close-up visuals. The first footage was baffling. The island wasn't composed of recognizable rock formations. Instead, its surface had an unusual metallic sheen, reflecting light in irregular pulses as if it were alive. A spectral analysis from orbit showed anomalous readings, traces of elements never recorded in Earth's crust, and radiation signatures that didn't match any known natural source. The scientists called an emergency conference that same night. By dawn, the story had leaked to independent researchers through online data channels. Amateur astronomers confirmed the island's presence by radar reflection, meaning it wasn't an illusion, and it wasn't man-made debris. It was real, solid, and growing. Within 48 hours, Prow Knob Island had expanded by nearly 3 miles in diameter. NASA's seismic monitors registered faint vibrations beneath it, but not the kind associated with volcanic activity. They were rhythmic, almost mechanical. Marine life around the region began behaving erratically. Pods of dolphins fled the area. Whale migration routes shifted dramatically overnight. Fishermen from nearby archipelagos reported seeing dark plumes beneath the ocean surface, rising like smoke. The U.S. Navy, alerted by NASA, sent a reconnaissance submarine to investigate. The crew transmitted sonar data for 2 hours before the feed abruptly cut off. Contact was never re-established. Satellite imagery the next morning revealed the sub's last known location and a new protrusion at the edge of the island, shaped disturbingly similar to a metallic hull. Speculation erupted across the scientific community. Was this an alien structure? A new form of geological life? Or something even stranger, a remnant from Earth's deep past reawakening after millions of years? NASA's internal reports, later partially leaked, described the material composition of the island as non-terrestrial alloy matrix, suggesting it contained isotopes consistent with meteorite fragments, but arranged in geometric, engineered patterns. Dr. Marquez's team noticed that the island's magnetic field was fluctuating, creating interference with satellites in low Earth orbit. Even GPS signals across parts of the Pacific were destabilized. Meanwhile, eyewitness accounts from cargo pilots described glowing fissures forming along the island's ridgeline. Some reported hearing low-frequency sounds transmitted through their aircraft hulls, like a heartbeat. NASA called for immediate coordination with international space agencies, including ESA and JAXA, to pool data. Strangely, China and Russia both refused to share satellite imagery, claiming classified maritime observations. On the fifth day, oceanographic sensors recorded a sudden rise in temperature across hundreds of miles of sea, as though the island were emitting heat into the water from below. Deep-sea drones detected structures descending far beneath the surface, tunnels or roots of some kind, stretching miles into the crust. It's not just an island, said Dr. Marquez grimly. It's an extension of something much larger. NASA's astrobiology division joined the investigation after trace organic compounds were found on the island's surface, not Earth-based, but similar to what's been detected on icy moons like Europa and Enceladus. The White House was briefed, and for the first time since the Cold War, global communications satellites were temporarily rerouted to avoid interference. Still, the data kept pouring in, and it kept getting stranger. By day 7, the island had grown to over 15 miles in diameter. The rhythmic vibrations intensified, now detectable even by civilian seismographs across the Pacific Rim. Then came the light. A column of blue luminescence erupted from the island's center, piercing the clouds and extending into the stratosphere. Planes in the region were diverted, their pilots reported radio silence and static bursts lasting minutes. NASA's solar observation satellites briefly detected an electromagnetic echo from the island, as though it were communicating with something beyond Earth's atmosphere. Internet forums exploded with theories. Some believed it was an alien construct surfacing from the ocean after millennia. Others thought it was a natural defense mechanism of the planet, a self-regulating response to human pollution and warming seas. But then, on the 10th day, the expansion stopped. The light faded. What remained was a silent, gleaming landmass, cold, reflective, and utterly motionless. NASA's newest probe, Orpheus 2, attempted a close aerial pass. Its instruments recorded a pattern etched across the island's surface, enormous, repeating symbols visible only from high altitude. The pattern was not random, it resembled a form of writing. Linguistic AI systems were deployed to decode the markings. After hours of analysis, they translated part of the message, a chilling sequence of words rendered in an unknown but partially decipherable syntax: "We have returned. Balance must be restored." Public panic ensued once this phrase leaked online. Religious groups declared it a divine sign. Scientists warned of overinterpretation. But NASA refused to comment further as satellite surveillance continues, but no changes have been observed since the island's activation ended. The only ongoing anomaly is a persistent magnetic field distortion extending hundreds of miles, affecting global navigation systems, and so, Prow Knob Island remains silent, gleaming, and incomprehensible. It wasn't supposed to exist, yet it does. And deep beneath its surface, sensors still detect that same rhythmic vibration, faint but steady, as if something beneath the Earth's crust is waiting to wake again.